8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here is Eckler. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. But 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Block off a play action. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. That one good for 37 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
To the sideline.
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
From the gun, it's Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game. But this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Now Eckler. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ed Oliver made the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Let's see what you got. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Now Haskins on 1st down. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
49.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the gun, it's Haskins. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick, and the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's complete, Okuebunam. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
16-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, let's get that hole. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Defense wins championships, baby.
Turn a power game to try to get in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1, and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 25-yard line.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Bark, and this will be caught at the 30. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory.
Complete.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 66 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up first and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 30.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
2nd and 3.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebunam was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
And the Washington first down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. He'll get that complete to Albert O. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged.
And it'll be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bills take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Intended for number
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Here we go, here we go. Check right there.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Keenan going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. Now White lost the football, and I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The Bills take over 1st and 10.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Delta. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Mike. Set.
To throw again. Locke. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
1st and 10.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown,
and a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And that'll set them back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Makes this Washington 17, Bills 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bandit. 59's Mike. 59's Mike.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
At their own.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Number 14.
That one goes for 24 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 49's the Mike.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On play action, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull. That one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
A 31-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Number 30, Austin.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Block off of play action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 58, boys. 58. 58, Mike. Exit.
Operating from the gun. Haskins. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Number 25.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
Locke working out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 14-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
That's 22, that's 22. Double. Like 22, he's coming, 22.
From the gun, Haskins. Oh, he's going to look downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
A gain of 43
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. Haskins. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Albert Okuebuna, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Haskins going to try to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here we go with Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Lock to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
10 at the 27-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's your alpha. It's just me and you.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Mike's 59. It's been a long day for you. 59's Mike. 59's Mike.
He's back to throw. Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
The 4-yard line.
Now Locke. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Go.
One final try for Locke. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Washington, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
She right got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend a hand and wanna see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And